All right, what's going on, guys? Healy here, and today I am talking to Michael Hermosillo of the Los Angeles Angels. If you guys have been watching the videos for a while, I saw him in Chicago last August when Mark and I talked to Jabari, and today finally getting the chance to interview him. There's been a lot of things that happened to you in the off season, and since I last talked to you, do you want to go through them?
Yeah, no doubt. So I went to the Dominican, played there for like a week, and actually re-injured my my hernia. So I went ahead and had surgery. Been recovering from that ever since. Been rehabbing all off season, basically to this point in spring training. But I'm gonna try to get out there in the next week or so. Another eventful thing that happened: I had a kid over the off season. My little girl Aspen. So it's been a very eventful off season. I'm definitely like excited to get things going here and start playing in games.
What's been the best thing about being a father so far?
Oh, being a father, probably just like seeing her grow up every day, like just get a little bit bigger, a little bit smarter, a little bit more alert, and then just the responsibility thing. I just think a lot of my responsibilities have changed. Unfortunately, I'm not able to just sit there and play video games as much anymore like I used to. But it's all good. It's been a fun experience. And it's just been a lot of life lessons for sure.
What was like the one player you mimicked or idolized growing up about your game?
Oh man, that's a good question. Probably, I grew up a Cubs fan, so probably Alfonso Soriano. Honestly, like he was just a big fan just growing up. Obviously, like just seeing him, he's just a big star for the Cubs. Who didn't like him as a kid? Obviously. But an under the radar guy was probably Jock Jones. I was a big Jock Jones fan. I loved his red like maple bat that he had. It was dope. But yeah, those are probably two guys that I grew up watching and kind of idolizing.
Yeah, Alfonso Soriano, absolute favorite player.
Yeah.
Growing up, I didn't really pick a side, but when he signed with the Cubs, I was like, that's the
awesome.
dude. That's why I'm a Cubs fan.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I really hope he's in the show.
Oh yeah, for sure. That would be awesome.
As a professional baseball player, before you got to like the majors, what was your favorite experience?
Ooh, favorite experience, like in the minor leagues.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably. This is actually funny. So I think it's kind of like a bad story that turned good. We were on our way back from Kane County going to Burlington, and our bus broke down when we were like an hour and a half out, like in the middle of nowhere. There's like nothing to do, but one of our coaches had his golf clubs and like 40 golf balls. So like everyone got like one swing where we were just like teeing it up and hitting it in the cornfield. So we just made like a bad situation a fun thing, and it was pretty fun.
2018, you got your first taste in the big leagues.
Yes.
How was that whole experience?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I mean, obviously, anytime you get to reach your dream of just becoming a Major League Baseball player, you never forget that. That's definitely like one of the greatest moments of my life, just being able to do that. But just a grind, you know what I mean? Just like after you get over the whole experience of like debuting and everything like that, you just realize like every day, just like you got to just be on top of your game. Just everyone here is like the best in the world, and it's like not only that, but the people that are below you, they're always trying to come and steal your job or like outcompete you and things like that. So I just think the whole experience has been fun, and it's just like one of those things where like now you just kind of build off that, like learn from the guys around you, especially when you have guys like Trout and Upton and Calhoun and guys like that, and just apply that to your game and try to compete and just stay up here and be a Major League Baseball player.
Yeah, you got that first home run last year. Do you want to take us through that experience? What went through your mind? And were you looking for a pitch or anything?
Yeah, it was kind of just one of those things where, obviously the first thing is just get the hit out of the way. And I was, a fortunate one to get that out of the way in the first at bat. And then I just did, obviously the next thing is like a home run. Like you want your first big league home run. So I was kind of, putting a little pressure on myself just every day in September, like knowing I was going to get a couple chances to be in the lineup. And I had hit a foul one against the Rangers, like that was fouled by like 5 feet. So I just was like egging it on. I just really wanted to get one. So yeah, no, it was definitely a relief when I finally got that against the Rangers. And then it was obviously cool just to have I had a cool embrace with like Trouty and Calhoun and Upton, all those guys. They were really happy for me, so it was dope. It was definitely a great experience.
So like you had an injury during the off season, set you back a little bit.
Yeah.
But what was the biggest thing that you focused on to like improve your game or become better for the upcoming season?
Yeah, I think I'm always working on just obviously hitting, creating a better path, a good path through the zone, just giving me the most opportunity to get hits off. I've been working a lot with just the hitting coaches on a lot of different things mechanically, just to improve my swing, and then probably just overall as a body, just be healthy. You know what I mean? Like obviously I'm rehabbing an injury right now, but just creating that good pattern of like working out the right way. Using the right form so that my body isn't breaking down during the season and things like that. I've been working a lot with the trainers here on that side of things too. So I would just say obviously hitting is always something that I'm working on. Defense too, obviously. Everything, you kind of work on everything, but hitting and keeping my body right are definitely a main focus for sure.
All right, now we're going to switch the focus. Michael is a very big gamer. He mentioned before he can't really game as much as he did in the past. But, like, memories growing up, what was your first console? And, like, what was that one game that stuck out growing up?
First console was PlayStation 2. And I think, honestly, my biggest memory growing up playing video games was probably the PSP and MLB The Show. I think that's when I actually got really linked to MLB The Show, was just being able to take my PSP to school. And during that, 45-minute, recess or whatever we had, I could pull that out and play MLB The Show. And sometimes play against friends and things like that with the Connect option that it had. So that's pretty much when I got linked to PlayStation. I weirdly went to Xbox for a little bit, but then went back to PS4. It's been pretty much PlayStation ever since.
Yeah, once the 360, way better than the PS3, but
sure.
PlayStation 4,
Yeah.
a lot better. What's your go-to game now? I know you play a little bit of 2K in the off season, but is that? And you play a little bit of the show last year.
Yeah.
Is it?
No,
are those
I played a lot of the show. I played a lot of the show. It's just random. Basically what happens is usually I'll go through the game, normal night, 7 to 10, 11, whatever it is, get home at midnight. And it's just that wind down process of being bored and, knowing that we don't have to be at the field next day till 2. So our schedule's a little bit different than everybody else's. So I usually get in a couple games, from 2 to midnight to 2, whatever. But yeah, MLB The Show, 2K, I like to do Pro-Am if I can get enough buddies on for that. Call of Duty every once in a while, Blackout, but those are pretty much my main ones for sure.
Does MLB The Show ever get exhausting because you're playing baseball every day, or?
No, a lot of my friends say that's a lot of my teammates. They stay away from MLB The Show, especially in season, just because they say they get tired of the grind of baseball. But I don't really associate it the same way. And honestly, sometimes it's fun just to maybe see a pitcher that you're going to see, just to see maybe his pitches, just to know what his repertoire is if you don't necessarily know that guy as much or things like that. But no, I don't really get tired of it. I kind of disassociate the two, and I have a good time just playing MLB The Show, especially just the Diamond Dynasty mode and building your team. I just feel like it really is a lot different than just the real game of baseball.
Oh, yeah. And since it was your first year in the majors, your player is actually in MLB The Show. They don't have the face yet, right. Maybe in 19, but how is the feeling of having your player actually in an actual baseball game? You don't have to create him anymore.
Right. No, it's definitely awesome. It's just a cool thing to have your player in a game anytime. But definitely just want to keep working to get the attributes up. It's funny because a lot of my friends they say they pick me on the battle royale mode just because of the speed. And you know what? That's perfectly fine right now. Hopefully we'll bump up the other stats here soon. But no, yeah, keep picking me for the speed if that's all it is right now.
Yeah, on MLB The Show 19, both of us could hit bombs, as I am now included in the game.
Awesome, good deal.
Sick experience.
Oh yeah.
On the YouTube and Twitch side, you do play MLB The Show. You do follow a lot of the guys in the scene. Do you watch YouTube videos or Twitch streams, or you just see the guys post content and just follow?
Oh yeah, sometimes I definitely check your guys' content out all the time, especially when you guys are posting stuff, especially on MLB specifically, because you guys do know so much about it. I was really happy that they took out the Immortals. I was really always upset about that because here's my problem. As a baseball player, I don't have the time to necessarily grind out and get all the all the achievements and things like that when it comes to all the Immortals. So I get my team as best I can to compete against like other teams that obviously have time to do that. So when I'd compete against all the immortals, it would just be very frustrating that I feel like a player could get away with, not having necessarily the same ability as the other one and, still be hitting home runs. So I'm definitely glad to see that out of the game.
All right. That's going to do it for this interview. Where can we find you on social media for Twitter, Instagram?
I'm Hermosillo 10 on Twitter. I believe just Michael_Hermosillo on Instagram, and that's pretty much it for me. I'll try to get on YouTube and Twitch here soon. It's just been a process so far. But, yeah, no, definitely catch me on Twitter and Instagram.
All right, sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.